So let's talk about what's happening over at the Wall.
Yeah.
Interesting to me that the moment between John and Melisandre I find very fascinating, because I have to wonder what she's after.
Right.
And I don't think it's just getting laid.
No. I mean,
this is not a woman who functions that way.
She doesn't, yeah. And so we were talking about that because you were theorizing who did she want to make a
smoke monster
scary
baby.
Smoke monster baby to kill. And I don't know if it was specifically that, but certainly there was a goal there, a probably macabre, infused goal of why she would want to sleep with Jon Snow. And that goes beyond even just like, I want to have him like ensnare him and manipulate him, because she is pretty specific when she seduces people about what's going on.
Absolutely. And the only reason that we've seen her do that previously was to make the smoke monster, the baby that killed Renly.
Yeah.
So I believe that the rules were, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the rules were for that she could make the smoke monster baby, but it would kill someone that was related to the seed donator.
How to Make a Smoke Monster Baby is a great book, by the way. You should read it. Yeah.
But so I was like, if that's the case, and maybe I'm making that up, who is related to John that she would want to kill with a smoke monster?
I don't know, because of course she seems to know more than she should. So now you have to ask, like, does she know Arya and Sansa are alive?
Yeah.
Since nobody really knows their fate out there. There's a lot of assumptions and whatnot, except for Brienne, who keeps running into them and being scorned.
Brienne seems to, she's a poor woman. But I mean, also, and we'll talk about this later a little bit more in depth, but maybe she knows something about his lineage that we don't.
Right.
And we start to think about who the biggest threats to Stannis are, because everything that she has done to date has been in the name of furthering Stannis' cause, right? But what's interesting too is that the Lord of Light seems to be backing a couple of different ponies here, because he's got Melisandre going like, Stannis is the one true king, no doubt in my mind. But then over on the other side of the world, you got one of his priestesses saying, no, it's Daenerys.
Maybe the Lord of Light is like Littlefinger and wants to have multiple options.
What I think is that if we were to imagine that the Lord of Light is overseeing all of this, then there is a grander plan in play, and they're all just like a piece of it, including Melisandre.
Rutger Hauer should play the Lord of Light.
Oh my God!
I don't know why that came to me.
Because you're a genius.
All right. Or Christopher Lambert, one or the other.